I killed Dietrichson. Me, Walter Neff, insurance agent, 35 years old, unmarried, no visible scars. Until a while ago, that is.
Double Indemnity is a 1944 film noir directed by Billy Wilder and is 1 hour and 50 minutes long. The movie's thesis is, archetypal of the film noir genre, about how crime does not pay. Through Wilder's adherence to genre and utilization of cinematography in Double Indemnity, he creates an enjoyable yet predictable film.
Double Indemnity follows Los Angeles-based insurance salesman named Walter Neff, whose life spirals out of his control after he falls in love with Phyllis Dietrichson. Walter gets roped into a plot to kill her husband and quickly finds himself in over his head after things do not go as planned.
During the 1940s, the era in which this film was produced, noir films were at their classical period, and elements of this film demonstrate that. The serious overtones, such as crime and murder, being the plot pieces that the film revolves around, as well as the use of a female as motivation for the main character, perfectly fit the film noir genre that Double Indemnity is categorized as. The use of dark lighting and the looming character designs also directly are in alignment with a film noir. This film is a purebred film noir by the books, and is a prime example of a film from the golden age of film noir. Today, watching the movie may not be exciting since all of the tropes associated with film noir are beaten to death and expected, but for its time it was a defining film, and it makes up for its lack of interesting plot with a stellar cast. Even if its faithful adherence to the film noir genre makes a somewhat boring premise for the film, its loyalty to film noir actually enriches the rest of the film's events and characters and sets you right into a comfortable viewing experience.
One of the film's greatest strengths is its gorgeous cinematography. Throughout the film, the shadows are used to create an air of mystery and suspense as characters and objects are kept under a cloak of shadows. One excellent example of this is the opening shot, which perfectly sets the tone for the rest of the film. It shows a shadowed figure hobbling towards the camera. This shot sets up the rest of the movie by leaving the viewer with questions of who the man is and why he is on crutches. Another example of shadows is the use of Venetian blinds, a device that became a mainstay in film noir. Using these blinds creates a lighting effect that helps to obscure characters in the frame, leaving the audience wondering what they are thinking. The film also utilizes various cinematography skills to strengthen character dynamics. One of the most prominent examples of this is early in the film when Walter and Phyllis first meet. As Walter enters the Dietrichson home, he is greeted by Phyllis on the second level. Walter is shot from a low angle, while Phyllis is shot from a high angle. This deliberate choice to show Phyllis above Walter leads the audience to realize how Phyllis has power over Walter. This power dynamic will be present throughout the entire film as Phyllis uses Walter.
The writing of the film is very of its time, in that the way the story progresses is very different from the way a modern film would. As such, as a modern viewer, this movie seemed to progress slower than a similar movie would today. This didn't become too much of an issue, though, as the writing throughout the film was tight and engaging. The actors reading the dialogue by Wilder were very well suited for their roles, with Fred MacMurray expertly playing a rather thorough insurance salesman and Barbara Stanwyck playing the femme fatale role brilliantly. In terms of plot, the story progresses very predictably. If one has watched any classic film noir prior to watching this film, they would have a good idea of how the story is going to develop and how the characters will develop. That being said, in this case it is not really an issue, as this may be the penultimate classical noir. The only issue that I have with this movie, the fact that it doesn't stray from film noir form at all, is more of a symptom of the period the movie came from rather than an indictment on the quality of the movie itself. In essence, this is a very predictable film due to its adherence to film noir form, yet it retains engagement through its stellar writing and acting. I'd recommend this movie to anyone who's looking for a good noir.
Double Indemnity is no revolutionary film that deserves praise for its magnitude of groundbreaking techniques like Citizen Kane. However, it is a defining film for its genre. The cinematography is beautiful, and it not only follows the tropes of the film's genre such as Venetian blinds lighting, but also provides another layer of storytelling that isn't in the characters or dialogue. Double Indemnity's loyalty to portraying a classical film noir also makes the film more enjoyable because its predictability and feel help the viewer focus on the acting, characters, and cinematography instead of worrying about the ending of the film. Overall, we'd give this film a B. Watching it in the context of its time, it's a fantastic noir film that still holds up, but unfortunately in today's entertainment climate, fresh and exciting features attract and hold attention spans. It does nothing spectacularly bold, and unfortunately for Double Indemnity, its age has caused it to lose any freshness or excitement it had, and thus lowers the film's score to a B.
I killed Dietrichson. Me, Walter Neff, insurance agent, 35 years old, unmarried, no visible scars.